Hello, what's up? It's Corey. So this is a perfect live because it's about power outages and we're having a storm here. I was going to do this outside and I started to go for a walk and it started raining and thundering, so I'm doing it inside anyway instead. So if you are around, jump on, say hello. So this is going to be a short, sweet training on how to check where you might be leaking personal power, what things might be draining your personal power, and then what you can do to bring it back. I also want to do a quick plug for tomorrow's training. We'll be doing a training at 2 o'clock on mastering your money mind. So going deep into what's been preventing you from having the success financially you would like or having the stability financially you would like. So that it will be here on my business page tomorrow at 2 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time. And the other link I did post above is a link to my inner millionaire visualization. So activate your inner millionaire to really get in touch with that soul level prosperity, because that's who you truly are. So you can grab a copy of that too. So for today, what I want to talk about is unhooking. So if you think about your body is an energy system. Your body is a source of power. So it's like an energy, almost like a grid in a city, right? You're an energy grid. And so what happens sometimes is you plug your energy into different things. And so how you can tell if you might be plugged into different things is to ask yourself these two questions. So the first question is, what gives you power? So think about what are the times in your life that you have felt really powerful. So perhaps it's when you met a financial milestone. Maybe when you closed a deal, made a sale. Maybe it's a athletic milestone, you won a race or achieved a certain level of fitness that you've been working on. Or maybe it's a relationship milestone, a certain number of years of marriage or sobriety, whatever it might be. So think about, for you, what that is. So what gives you power is the first question. And then the second question is, so this is to see if it's a source of power that is sustainable or it's a source of power that is outside of you that you're plugging into. So the second question is, what happens when that power goes away? So what happens when you lose the next race, you don't close the next deal, maybe you lose all your money, maybe your relationship starts to fall apart. So when that happens, do you lose your power? Hey, what's up? So psyched you're here. Say hello. I am talking about power, your source of power, and what either determines it, what takes it away. So if you had written down that you got power from money, from success, from athletics, from relationships, be really honest with yourself. What happens when those things go away? Do you feel like you lose your power? And that is a good indicator for you, a good check for you to see you're plugged into something else. So you're plugging into something else to give you power. And so what you can do to start to clean up your power and make sure that your power is coming from you is to start to unhook. So unhook from feedback. So this has happened for me personally over this course of the year teaching at the university. I had to unhook from course evaluations because it's across the board. People love me, people hate me, people love the class, people hate the class. And if I let my sense of power come from my feedback, then when I got negative feedback, I no longer have power. So I had to unhook and know my power comes from me showing up, being the best professor I can be, delivering the content as best I can, being as the most prepared I can, and for me, providing the highest quality service I can. And that's me getting my power from me. The other way to think about power is, so that's kind of feedback, unhooking from feedback. And the other one is unhooking from family. So if you play a certain role for family, then if something happens to disrupt the family system, and now you are on the outs with your family, do you then lose your power? So if you're no longer viewed as the good child, or you go against your family's wishes in pursuing a career or a certain relationship or a certain path in life, do you lose your power because you no longer have the approval of your family? So it's similar to the feedback, is that you're still hooking into approval and praise. And so to clean it up, ask yourself, what happens when I no longer have my family's approval, or when I go against maybe a tradition in my family? Am I still able to hold on to my inner power? And if not, do that process of unhooking. And the way you can start to do this process, there's a couple different things. First, you need to know you're hooked in. Second, you need to ask yourself, what do you get out of being hooked in? Because there's always something you're getting out of being hooked in, or you wouldn't be hooked in. And the third thing is to start to clean up your energy, is you can do a little leaving ceremony. So thinking about the thing, whether it's your career, your job, your family, your relationships, maybe a place you lived, or a certain experience that you gave your power to, in the sense of you let it manage your power, you plugged into it. And the way you can get it back is to do a little ceremony and just visualize that person, that situation, that job, that place, whatever it is, and call out to it and say, you know what? I call my power back. I call my spirit back, and send appreciation for that person, that thing, that job that gave you that experience, but detach from it being your source of power. So it's unplugging. Basically, really, it's unplugging yourself and knowing that you are your source of power. And then once you unplug and unhook, it's then thinking about what are sources of power within you that you can hook into, plug into, so that you are maintaining your source of power. So it's thinking about, what are the things that I do that help me maintain that sense of power? How do I take care of myself physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, relationally, socially? And what are the things that drain my power? So it's like if you have a power leak in your house, think about, okay, certain situations, maybe certain people, maybe certain events drain your power. So start to eliminate those things from your life, because you are an incredible power source, and to let things leak and drain and suck your power away, or to plug into your power into something else, just drains you of your life force, basically. So anything else anyone has questions about, I will come back and check later. Don't forget to join me tomorrow at 2 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time to talk about your financial power and how you can clean that up, because that's a huge, huge, huge source of power. And if it's leaking, obviously that's draining your personal power. Or if you're plugged in too much to it, that's also draining your personal power. So join me tomorrow at 2. Grab your copy of the Inner Millionaire Activation. And if you want to jump on the phone, there is a link to connect with me. I'd love to talk to you more about the work I do in helping you connect with your soul genius and prosperity, and living really true to who you are, regardless of what's going on around you, and no matter the circumstances. All right, I'm out of here. Talk to you later. Bye.